So, Ron,
I didn't even realize that this was a potential hazard, and it's right on the opposite side of the wall from our bedroom.
Yeah, most people don't.
It's on the outside
what,
wall.
Ron, can people do if there's this theoretical risk of an increased electric field to minimize it?
Well, there's so many simple things you can do. You know, a good rule of thumb is really distance, 6 feet, any electrical device like an alarm clock or a lamp, 6 feet or further away from the head of your bed, or unplug it. That's key, too. And make sure electricity is turned off in your room at night if you can do that while you sleep.
But the other thing we tested that I was really, really curious to get the results of were the tests for mold, Ron.
Yeah, you know, we took a sample by the troubled area behind the washer and dryer where the water leak actually was. And we were really, really surprised. We actually found toxic black mold in your home. And we sent it off to the lab, laboratory diagnostic lab, and they determined that Stachybotrys mold spores were prevalent. And I want to paint a picture for you. Okay, if we were to take a sample in a home, and if it had 60 spores in the sample, that would be considered toxic. You had 13,560 spores in that sample. We're conducting the body voltage test, and what this is an indirect measurement of the voltage you're being subjected to on a nightly basis. It comes from all the wiring. It comes from the alarm clock, the lamps, and this shows us indirectly how you're being affected. Why is that important? Well, it's important because the electrical fields, they disrupt our immune system, and they also interrupt sleep. So if you have irregular sleep patterns, it may be because of electrical fields. The reading that we're getting now from you holding the hand probe is very high. It's almost 2,000 millivolts. You want it typically below 100.
Oh my God.
I've thought about whether or not my home was healthy because I've had asthma for a long time, and if I walk in the house, my asthma almost always gets worse.
The boys haven't officially been diagnosed with asthma, but in the past they've had the RSV virus.
We called in the experts, Lisa and Ron Beres, who educate consumers about dangerous toxins in the home.
A double bed about this size can actually hold up to 2 million dust mites. This bed really should have a barrier cover.
This is a HEPA air purifier. Most people just don't know that the air inside their home is more polluted than the outdoor air. Manufacturers aren't required to label the ingredients in their cleaning products. There's not a lot of long-term testing on these chemicals. A lot of them are carcinogenic. Formaldehyde.
That's when we put the frogs into, we dissect the
That's
kids.
right. That smell we all know.
Yes.
But at concentrations in your house, you don't detect it by the nose because the concentrations are lower. But it's in everything from your carpeting to your paints, your draperies, your sheets.
A lead test was done. 65% of homes have gas leaks, and this home is no different. Then check the house for water leaks and mold. He then tested for something you've probably never heard of, the body voltage, or the amount of electricity on the children when they're sleeping.
We're actually seeing 1 volt AC on the child's body.
How healthy or unhealthy is their home?
Their house is not healthy. The reasons are basically this, and this is typical of most homes. We found contaminants in the water linked to cancers and heart problems and more diseases. We found high body voltage in the nursery because of electrical wiring in the wall near the cribs. We found a gas leak in the water heater that they didn't even know was there. And most importantly, we found poor indoor air quality from mold that was found in the carpet, as well as a very serious dust mite problem that they didn't know they had.
The Doctors is all new. How safe is your home?
I didn't even realize that this was a potential hazard, and it's right on the opposite side of the wall from our bedroom.
Hidden dangers.
60 spores in the sample, that would be considered toxic. You had 13,560 spores